everyone! So I decided I was going to do an art challenge, and I went to this website. I'm going to link it down below, and basically it's an aesthetic generator, and it gives you 2 words with a brief definition of them, as well as 3 optional colors that you can do for an added challenge. I got Myth Academia, and as soon as I saw that, I knew that whatever I was going to do was going to have something to do with fairies. I absolutely adore fairies. I have always adored fairies, and I figured that that would be a great way to start doing speed paints for this channel. So I started off, I'm not going to lie, I had 2 other attempts before this that turned out absolutely dreadful because I was so nervous recording myself drawing, and the drawings turned out really stiff and just, I wasn't happy with it. So I scrapped those completely, and I decided that, I was going to take a step back, and I was going to, make things a little bit easier on myself and sketch things out without worrying about the process being recorded. And I drew this fairy with a bottle cap hat, and I knew as soon as I did that, I fell in love with the concept and that was going to be what I was going to draw. So I sketched out this concept for this character and came up with a little story. And so basically this fairy is someone who is really interested in human culture, but the twist of her story is that she kind of gets things wrong. There aren't humans around, so the only thing that she can draw conclusions on for what human culture is really like is what she finds. But obviously it's not incredibly accurate because you can only speculate but so much. She finds a bottle cap, for example, and thinks that it's a hat, but that humans at the time just didn't know how to keep them on their head. So she decides to tie a rope around it and turn it into a sun hat / bonnet. And I just thought it was such a cute, silly idea that went along with the theme of academia, as well as was just really lighthearted and silly. And I thought it was the perfect character to start off doing, and I'm really happy with how she turned out. She's wearing a sweater also that is actually doll clothing, but she believes that it's clothing that humans wore, and so she's incredibly pleased with herself, but she doesn't realize, obviously, that it's not actual human clothing. The other fairies most likely think that she's a little bit strange because why do you really need to be interested in human culture? Humans aren't really around, but she doesn't really care. She's happy with what she's doing, and that's awesome. She carries around this little bag, and she probably has all sorts of different knickknacks in it, like maybe pieces of cloth that she's found, or magazine clippings, or paper clips. Basically just odds and ends that she finds while going out and about on her little travels. And she thinks that she's a super serious scholar, but one, no one really takes her seriously because human culture isn't really a necessary topic for most fairies, but also she's not very accurate with what she's doing, although no one can really tell her any differently. But yeah, the palette that I got was this brown, this mint, as well as white. And I'm happy with the brown. I was hoping to have more desaturated colors for this palette because it is supposed to be academia, and I thought that would work a little bit better. But I think that the mint color, as well as the white, adds enough contrast and pop to kind of push the fact that yes, she is serious and studious, but it's also kind of silly. So even though I wish I could kind of get rid of the mint and the white, I'm still really happy with how it turned out overall. I went kind of easy on myself with this coloring. It's kind of messy. I'm not super worried about staying within the lines or getting everything right. I decided that I was, kind of going to go easy on myself. Like I said before, I was starting to get in my own head when it came to drawing this because I was really nervous about it. But once I kind of decided that I was not going to be super, picky about how things turned out, it became a lot easier. And really, I just want to do this because I enjoy sharing my art journey with everyone, and it's something that I want to continue doing. this is partially for myself because I think it's important to see where you start and where you end up, but I think that it's important to, kind of share because I was inspired to start documenting my art journey by artists I really like, such as Drawing with Waffles, who is also on YouTube. She is amazing and sweet and so bubbly, and I highly recommend you check out her channel if you haven't already. She's just such a ball of sunshine and such a positive person to watch, especially with all the craziness going on. But yeah, I decided that I was going to start documenting my journey as well, which most of it is on my Tumblr, but I want to have actual video, not really proof, but just a video log of how my process started and where I end up later on. But we're coming up to the end of the speed paint. We have some shading, and I'm going to add some highlights. I do mostly cell shading. I wanted to start trying to do painterly shading, but I'm pretty happy with the cell shading right now. I think it suits my style. But yeah, we're coming up to the end of the video. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed drawing this character. I hope that you all stay safe, especially during the holidays and with all of this craziness going on right now. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day or evening, depending on when you're watching this. And I hope that you will join me again next time whenever I decide to post another one. Thank you, and